Behind me are two nearly identical mountain bikes, and we're gonna be upgrading them to become high performance bikes. My bike gets cheap upgrades, and I get top of the line expensive upgrades. All this to answer one question: does expensive equal better? Let's find out. We're back, High-Low Season 2, baby. We gotta lighten this thing up. You're already complaining? Man, this is gonna be a long season. Here we are again, Season 2 of High-Low. And we got these bikes mail delivered, pretty easy to assemble, and they come pre-tuned, so out of the box, we could absolutely go ride these things right now. But there's a few little upgrades that I wanna do that's gonna drastically improve these bikes. Upgrading your mountain bike is done for various reasons. One, performance. If you're looking to go faster, ride longer, and have more fun, upgrades are the way to go. Come on. Two, starting with an affordable bike and upgrading over time has a lower cost of entry into the sport of mountain biking. And customizing your bike over time is a great way to learn about working on bikes. Plus, it's just super satisfying to have the bike grow with you as you become a better rider. And three, upgrades allow you to personalize your bike and make you look damn cool. Wait, looking cool, really? Yeah, that's the most important part of mountain biking. Oh man, here we go again. Let's talk about the rules of Season 2 of High-Low, and we're doing it a little bit differently from the last. The goal here is to upgrade both these bikes to make them fast, time attack bikes, able to shatter PRs and break KOMs while still being fun and comfortable. All the testing will take place right here in the mountain bike capital of the world, Bentonville, Arkansas. Bentonville, mountain bike capital of the world? Nah, man, that's Whistler. Yeah, I felt a little bit dirty saying that, but is Whistler even open yet? Whatever, man. Last season, we had two identical bikes and upgraded them each episode, and High Bike basically blew the low bike out of the water. The expensive upgrades combined together to create a ride feel that the low bike just couldn't match. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that one. So this season, after each episode, we are going to return the bikes back to stock with a few exceptions. And at the end of the season, we'll install all the upgrades on each bike for an absolute showdown, high versus low, so he can see once and for all that expensive parts are always the way to go. Yeah, we'll see. I got some tricks up my sleeve for this season, but let's show you guys the bikes. All right, let's do it. With mountain biking, there's many different kinds of bikes, and choosing the right one to fit your needs is extremely important. There's hardtails, a bike that only has suspension in the front, and then you have your full suspension mountain bike with, you guessed it, suspension front and rear. There's four subcategories of full suspension: XC, trail, enduro, and downhill. Each of those have a very distinct feeling. XC bikes are made to pedal but have less suspension when the trail gets rough. Downhill bikes have long suspension and are made to fly downhill over the roughest terrain, but you wouldn't want to climb one. Enduro bikes are almost as capable as downhill bikes, but they're able to climb. And then you have trail bikes. What we'll be using, a bike that's a jack of all trades, master of none, good at climbing, jumping, single track, and downhill. The gray one is a Polygon Siskiyou T6, and the yellow one is a T7, so just one step above. They're nearly identical, but we'll talk about that in a second. But most importantly, they both have 29-inch wheels, 140 millimeters of travel, and they're affordably priced. The most important thing with these bikes is that they check all the must-haves for a modern mountain bike. Dropper post, air sprung suspension front and rear, hydraulic disc brakes, tubeless ready tires, derailleur with a clutch, and boost through axle front and rear. With all those features, these bikes are ready for all the fancy upgrades, because I got a lot coming with no worries about compatibility. But there's a problem, but don't worry, I have a solution. These bikes aren't quite identical, and for this to be a good high-low test, these bikes need to be as close as possible, and the T7 has more gears, better brakes, and a better rear shock. Bro, that ruins the whole high versus low test. We might as well just cancel this whole season then. Well, I came prepared. So on the T6, I'm gonna throw on a spare 12-speed that I have on hand, and then I'll take an SR Suntour rear shock and install it on the T7, plus swap out the brakes, and our bikes should basically be identical. Phew, that was a bit of work to get everything swapped over, and I wasn't able to swap over the rear brake on this one, so I'm gonna have mismatched brakes, a Tektro 2-piston in the back and a Shimano 2-piston in the front. That's close enough though. Mismatched brakes? Ugh, how cringe. Well then no worries, you get the gray one. What? I wanted the colorful one. So let's get to the first upgrade, tires. And choosing the correct tire is one of the most impactful upgrades you can install on your bike, but it's one of the most misunderstood. Most stock bikes have a tire and a tube, and the tube holds air. If you puncture that tube, well, it doesn't hold air anymore and you either gotta patch it or walk home. Going tubeless means that you take a tubeless ready tire, rip out that tube, add valves and sealant, then inflate the tire to snap onto the bead of the rim, forming a tight seal, no more need for a tube. Then if you get a puncture, the sealant will automatically find that hole and seal it up permanently, and over time, you could potentially have hundreds of punctures and not know about it. There's also a huge performance benefit of going tubeless. It makes your bike faster. To test that, we rode both bikes. One was tubeless and one had tubes, and we did 3 climbs and 3 downhill flow trails on each bike. And the tubeless bike not only felt lighter, it was faster overall, and that's because a little thing called friction. When you're rolling on the trail, the tire is deforming to the terrain, and then when you have a tube in there, the tube is also deforming, but causing friction against the tire, which means more rolling resistance and a slower tire. Plus, a tube is heavy. It weighs about a ½ pound, and it's the worst kind of weight, rotational mass. So if you get rid of this thing, you'll have better handling. These stock tires are the V-Flow Snap. They're tubeless ready, but they weigh like 1,300 grams. That's pretty heavy for a tire. The casing is pretty thick, and I would call these enduro tires. And these tires will not only feel slow because of the low rolling resistance, but they'll have less traction because the thick tire deforms less on my local trails. It's not that steep or rough here in Bentonville. Plus, I'm no enduro or downhill pro. Wait, what do you mean? I run downhill tires on every bike that I own. If you were going the speeds that I go, you would understand, bud. The first step with choosing the correct tires is being honest with yourself. We're on trail bikes riding local, low-key trails, so going with these trail tires makes the most sense. These are the Specialized Eliminator Grid T9. They're 29 by 2.3 inch trail casing, soft compound, weighing about 1,000 grams a piece. And the best thing is, Specialized is almost always running sales on their tires. Each one of these was $40 a piece, man. And the cool thing about a lighter casing tire like this is the tire will deform a little bit easier. So on my local trails, that means better traction, but it's also more prone to pinch flats. Well, that's cool, but what tires do I get? You can go ahead and run those stock enduro tires that you like, and I'll go ahead and install these tires and we can see how much difference it makes. Wow, dude, this is way lighter. Whoa. I don't think the high bike is gonna be able to keep up this episode. Overall with these tires, I saved 840 grams. That's like 2 pounds. And that's reducing the rotational weight, so that's really gonna help. If you're like me, you're prone to slipping pedals, and catching a pedal to the shin is 100 times more painful than childbirth. That's a fact. So I like to throw on a nice set of pedals, even on a brand new bike. These are the 1UP aluminum pedals that I bought for $150. These are gorgeous pedals with great machining, and look at all these long pins. Man, that would mess up your shins. But with these, we're not gonna slip pedals anymore because my shoes are gonna be glued to these things. My budget doesn't allow me to get $150 pedals. I'm trying to keep low bike at about $3,000 for the whole series, so I went with a budget version of Chad's pedals, the 1UP composite pedals. They were just $40 and they're 24 grams lighter than Chad's pedals, but the pins aren't as long, so we'll see if they grip as well. Last up, I like to accessorize, so I picked up a 1UP EDC light, and this is a tool that stashes away in your steer tube, so you don't have to carry one in your backpack or your pocket. Oh, nice, man. Let me see that. I've never seen one of those before. Don't you gotta like cut the threads in your steer tube to install this thing? Nah, dude, this is the light version. You just gotta hammer your star nut down a ways, and then you slide this little plastic thing down in there, tighten the star nut like normal, and we have a way to carry our multi-tool. Only took a couple minutes. That's pretty cool, man. I always wanted one of those, but for this project, I don't quite have the budget for accessories, but luckily my bike came with a pedal wrench and a multi-tool, so this should do. Oh, and one last thing. Wait, you're still going? How much did you spend? Yeah, dude. I bought a 1UP bash guide for $100. This helps keep the chain on and protect the chainring from impacts as I'm smashing through rock gardens. Then if I get a flat, I need a way to carry my CO2, so I bought a Lezyne tubeless flow storage for 65 bucks. That way, I'm prepared for anything that happens on the trail. Dude, with all those accessories, you're just adding weight. Your bike is gonna be way slower than mine, dude. This guy, you're one of those unprepared guys, huh? Well, don't come crying to me when your bike breaks then. All right, the bikes are nearly ready to go. Chad just has to finish installing his fancy accessories. I'm going. And then we'll be ready for the trail test. What's better, trail tires or enduro tires? Expensive pedals or cheap pedals? Accessories or no accessories? I can't wait to find out. So the plan today is to test our upgrades in 4 areas: climbing, braking, roll speed, and grip. And remember, after each episode, I'm returning these bikes back to stock, except the tires. Whatever bike wins today, we're gonna use those tires on both bikes for the rest of the season. Oh, I'm gonna win enduro tires all day, baby. What's the first test? Up first is the climb. Damn it. For the first test, we'll be climbing Bush Push. This short, grueling climb has up to a 30% grade, and I guess was popularized by President Bush climbing this on his bike in his 60s. All right, here we go. Oh, this bike feels heavy. Almost there. I'm dying. Dude, I can do that climb on my XC bike no problem, but with this heavy, basically stock trail bike, man, that was rough. And Chad's bike is even heavier. Why is this the first test? I hate climbing. Here goes nothing. Oh. Ah. Oh man, he's already struggling. Oh, I can't do it. Good work, man. That was a hard climb for sure. This bike is too heavy, man. So that was pretty conclusive to me. We both did 2 climbs up this, and high bike with the heavy tires was just not fun to climb. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Low bike got a time of 55 and 58 seconds, and high bike couldn't quite make it. With walking, the times were 1 minute 4 seconds and 1 minute 53 seconds. Dude, that wasn't even fair though. I didn't think that was quite a fair test for climbing, so I took the times from the other climbing that we did today on the easier, longer trail called Lombard, and low bike averaged 3 minutes 17 seconds, and surprisingly, high bike averaged 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Despite being way heavier. See, I won the climb. Dude, not so fast. I think you were more rested and probably were trying harder, and we don't have a power meter to see just how hard you're pushing on the pedals. So just based on feel and these Bush Push numbers, I think low bike wins this one. Whatever, man, I hate climbing. I just shuttle to the top. The next test is braking. For this one, we're going down Bush Push, and we'll both get 2 attempts. The bike with the shortest stopping distance wins. All right. The big benefit of thick enduro tires is you have more traction while braking, plus my tread is more aggressive, so I think I got this one in the bag. All right, downhill. This is steep with these cheap brakes. Oh man, that didn't stop so well. Drop a cone right there. Man, I know everybody likes to say Bentonville is smooth as glass, but this trail is chewed up, man. My turn, let's hit this. Full power braking. Whoa. Oh yeah, man. If we average those two together, I got you beat. That's 1-1. Enduro tires. High bike on top. Let's go. Oh wait, I gotta get my bike. All right, we are tied, but the next test should be interesting. Welcome to the castle. First up is Medieval, a downhill jump trail with a bunch of jumps and turns. With both bikes, we'll take only one pedal at the top, and the rest of the way, we gotta muscle our bikes to maintain speed and be able to hit all the jumps. We're both pretty gassed from that bush push, so 2 runs each, best average time wins. All right, here we go. I love this trail. My bike is making noises. I think my rotor is warped or something. Hey, don't let Evan fool you. He is quick on this trail. He actually holds the king of the mountain on this segment, Medieval. These tires feel good though. Whoa. Oh yeah. Nice. Man, this bike is a drastic improvement with these tires. Way less rolling resistance. And the cool thing is, I thought these were trail tires, but they're a little stiffer than that. They're like enduro light tires. These have like the grip and the give that enduro tires have, just way less weight. The pedals are pretty grippy so far, not as good as the high bike, and the bike being all rattly. I don't know what happened with that front rotor there, but overall, I'm right at home on this bike. All right, man, I have your times. Both runs were 39 seconds, a full second faster than the stock bike with tubes. Heck yeah, man, already an improvement. All right, man, you're up next, good luck. All right, it's my turn to go. I'm pumped because I just had to use my 1UP EDC. My grip was loose, but I don't know why I'm nervous, man. I ride Rampage and Whistler all the time. It doesn't help that Evan gave me a cheaper bike. Hey, no excuses, the bikes are identical. I'm still gonna send it though. Yeah. Oh, he took a pedal, what a cheater. Feels like I'm going kind of slow. Hopefully I can jump this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Style for miles. That was pretty fast, I respect it. Dang man, that was wild. I think I won that for sure. But these pedals, super grippy, man. And I don't know, I rode the low bike. This bike feels more like a complete package, you know, with the tires and with the kind of heavier bike. I like it, man. Let's see what the times are though. So we know my time's 39:19 average and stock times with tubes are 40:34. Well, your times, oh yeah, I gave you a run for your money. I don't know, man, that looks slower. The times don't lie. Your first run was a 40:20 and the second, a 40:09. So just a quarter second improvement from running the tubes. So my tires definitely roll faster, making this test 2-1. It's all good, I only ride double blacks. What's the last test? Last up is grip, and you have a good chance of winning this one. We're going down a trail called Dragon Scales, a black diamond with great chunky rock gardens, loose turns, and square edges, just waiting to slice your tires. 2 runs, average best time wins. Heck yeah, man, I'm going first this time. This is my kind of trail. Yeah. Oh, my foot moved. I can't get it back. Ah. These tires feel sick. So supple and soft. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Time. Good work, Chad. I didn't actually think he could ride that good. Dang, dude, did you see that? Man, these Enduro tires feel awesome. I never lost traction at all. I can carve the turns and it just feels really supple. I love Enduro tires, man. But my pedals are making a weird noise. I don't know what that's about. I have a pedal washer on there, so I'll have to check into that. I mean, I'm pretty hard on bikes. I'm basically a pro. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh man, he's being way too cautious right now. I would have sent that for sure. Oh. Oh yeah, and time. Good run, man, good run. I'm gonna destroy his times. So that went okay. These tires are a little bit looser than the stock tires. I could feel it, I was losing traction a little bit, and it was more likely to have a rim strike. And rim strikes are okay as long as you're not destroying your rim, you know? But there's a problem here. If you look at my drivetrain, something is wrong here. Yeah, I don't know what it is with this Deore derailleur. It is, I mean, this is a new bike and the thing is not holding tension that well. It's just kind of sloppy, and I guess I should have had a chain guide like the high bike, you know, but overall, it's okay. So high bike set a reasonable 1 minute 7 seconds, while the low bike with the lighter tires, both runs set a time of 1 minute 5 seconds, 2 seconds faster than the high bike, dude. No way, how? No clue, man, the times don't lie, but I can't definitively say that trail tires are better. Yeah, you can't say that with all these short tests. Maybe definitively for these trails that we're riding. It all depends on what you ride. If you're getting a ton of rim strikes and pinch flats, Enduro tires are probably what you should be running. Yeah, they have more rolling resistance, but if you're riding something super steep, well then who cares about rolling resistance? But overall, episode 1, low bike wins 3-1. So moving forward, both bikes are gonna be running these Specialized tires. The biggest complaint last season was that I used tires that were just a little bit different on both bikes. So this season, we're going with the exact same tires. Oh, and if you want early access to watching this season of High Low, become a channel member. Episode 2 is up now. Hey, and if you want to check out these polygons or any of the parts used in the video, I'll have a link in the description. I'll even have a coupon code for you. Nice work, man. You're such an influencer. Well, I gotta pay for this stuff somehow. What is that? How much did you spend?